Oh, what's up? I'm
What's
glad to
up,
see you.
man?
I woke up like maybe 20, 10, 15 minutes ago.
Woke up like 30 minutes ago too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, what? Wait, I know Jose, you're in Canada, right?
Yeah. It's
Um,
like 10:08. I slept in.
oh,
I
damn.
was like, yeah.
I'm
Where are
in
you from? Is it Quinton,
yeah, I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina? Oh,
I,
okay.
so I do sleep in.
Oh, okay. I've been awake for like at least like 10 hours.
But
Um,
yeah,
yeah. Welcome, Jose. We're just talking about he was dropping the gem about instead of
mm-hmm,
like sending the loom straight away, like offer some type of free value. Like he reached out to a YouTuber and he told him like something that he could improve on, and
mm-hmm,
like that helped him get a response straight away, type of thing.
yep.
Yeah.
So,
Because
yeah, he was just talking about that.
a day
Mm,
later,
Mm,
and he was just showing gratitude. And now, because he DM'd you back, you're in those DMs now. You can DM him whatever you want. So I always go like free value. I go in with the mindset of when I see a creator and
mm,
I want to work with them, I'm
yeah,
like, I help this person. That's how you should think about it.
yeah,
If I
definitely.
can, and like I don't even try because if I can't think of anything, I don't
Mm.
even make. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yo, that's smart. I like that idea as well.
Mhm.
Um, I'll say with mine, see, okay, with me, I've noticed a bunch of people that I've been outreaching to. I've been getting a lot of that. You know, when you send that DM, but then it's like, oh, it's the invite thing, so you can't send another DM type of
Mhm.
thing. So what I like to do is, and I think I learned this from Eric. Shout out Eric. You know, if you just send the what's it called, the Loom link, that kind
Yep.
of looks sketchy. Like like when you're looking at it straight from like the request tab, it's just like a long ass link. Like it looks a bit sketchy. But I seen that the way he was doing it was he would have some type of hook before it, and then he would indent it. So like he would put the hook and then a paragraph below it. Then that's where the loom thing is.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what I've been testing out now, like trying to put like some type of curiosity there, like hey name, check out this thing. I made you a video or like something that's gonna catch their attention like within the first couple words. And it's not like some random link there because that might mess it up for you. So that's
If
what
I was and I
yeah.
saw that, nah, nah.
Yeah, yeah. What do you say, Jose?
so I was thinking too, like
Yeah.
when you do outreach, um, and you're trying to give them free value, you can literally find something that another creator is doing that's working for another creator that's in the similar niche. Like if you don't have anything, because you said sometimes you don't know like what to offer them. You have to like I would go to another niche, another creator that's in the same or similar niche, but another creator, and I would kind of pick them apart if they're doing like really well,
Mhm.
and then kind of give them like a case study as to like, okay, this creator that's in the same niche as you is printing and or
Okay.
their engagement's way higher because they're doing this, this, and this. Like, have you ever thought about doing that? Then that shows like you're taking the time to like study their niche and study their
Okay.
like their whole thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've not done that yet. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Cool.
Sure.
imagine like because I get emails now from like people that are like, "Oh, I'll make sure that your YouTube like blows up and
Yeah.
you'll get more views and whatever whatever." And it's cool, but they don't have any sort of like like foundation. If they were to say like, "Hey, there's this kid that is was doing YouTube that's doing YouTube just like you and they actually did this this and this to get from this to this."
Hmm.
And then if I was to see that, I'd be like, oh, this guy actually knows like what he's talking about because he sees like the steps that guy took to like get
Yeah.
from A to B.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart. Smart for sure. I'm gonna do
Mm.
that. I Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. You know what? Yeah, let me contribute to that as well. So, when I'm doing my actual loom, right? I don't know how you guys structure your looms, but like somewhere in the middle of the loom, you can test out, you can put it at the beginning or you can put it at the end. What
Mhm.
I do is I will, so like let's say I'm reaching out to a real estate guy, a real estate coach. In the loom, I will go on school and I'll type in his exact niche and I'll put in real estate coach. And then I'll have the list and I'll have the like every real estate coach on school. And then I'll show them, okay, these are the people that are on school that have made the community and they're doing really well with it. And then, you can show them the amount of members they have, how much money they're making per month. And then you can like turn it into like a competition type of thing, like letting them know like, this guy's doing it and you have 20K more followers than him. If you were to start it, you could blow this guy out the water and he's already making 25K per month,
Yeah.
type of thing. So I like to do that. I like to give them a couple examples of people that have already started in their niche and show them, hey, you could do this, if not better, when you launch your
Yeah,
type of.
yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. I always include that in mind now.
Mhm. I want to
Yeah,
do that.
I, I do that too in my looms now. Like I'll if I don't do that one, I'll like if there's not like a because I don't know if I want to drop the niche that I'm reaching out to right now, but
No,
it's up to you, bro.
so I'm reaching out to this niche and there's not a lot of like communities for it, so it's like super untapped, right? And so I can't really do that specific example, but what I'll do is I'll just show like Pierre and Caprice like their school
Yeah.
and like some of the people I reach out to have like more followers than Caprice, right? So I'll just like Caprice has like 90K or something on IG, so I'm like this guy has 90K, you have like almost double that.
Yeah.
This guy's making 80K a month.
that's a good thing to put in, man.
Yeah.
Jose, let me tell you guys what you do when there's nobody else on school with that community. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, let's say you got this super rare niche that you try and search up other communities to compare it to, and there's no one there. This is what I do because I get a couple of these too. So when I do that, I get to that section and then that section of the loon, and I'm like, okay, you're doing this super untapped niche that if we go on school and check, there's nobody doing this. So you know what that means? This is a blue ocean, bro. When you start, you got no competition. You go in here, you're gonna blow it like you got no one that's in your niche that's doing this. So you're literally gonna be one of one, and there's not gonna be another person to try and take some market share type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
All
literally
right.
frame it as when you start, you have no competition, bro. It's a blue ocean compared to if you
Mm.
do real estate, we got 50 other schools now here that you have to compete with type of thing. So that's how I like to frame it when I got someone that's in an untapped niche.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's smart. That's
That
yeah,
is
smart.
fun.
that's how I frame it, bro. I think
Yeah.
it works. I think it helps a lot.
Yeah, I think I look, I didn't do any looms yesterday. I'm like keeping track of the looms I send every day.
Yeah, me too
I'm
now.
trying to hit I'm trying to hit 21 every day.
Hmm.
21.
21 because 20 apparent so I did the math and if I do 21 every day for 2 weeks,
Mm.
that'll be 300 looms. And then that'll I'm done. So
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
my goal now too. Did you see that? My goal, I'm trying to hit 300 and my
yeah,
goal now is 15 per day. And if
mm,
I do 15 per day for a week, that's 100 looms a week.
Hmm.
So I'm saying I want to get to that, 3 weeks should be 300.
yeah.
It's a lot easier said than done. I've been slacking on them too.
Yeah.
So
I saw your video you were saying too where you were like if you do everything in like a step-by-step process, so you put all your leads into the CRM first,
yeah,
then you get like all their links obviously all set up. Then
right.
you do all the looms for them all at once. Then you email them all at once.
Yeah,
So you like break it down and then do it step by step instead of doing it like one by one by one.
facts.
Yeah.
That was killing me, bro. Doing it one by one by one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't
I
do
did
it.
that the other day. I did like I only got like four. Well, I do it pretty quickly because like I don't have like a I just kind of sit there and like I'll say whatever like I'm thinking of, but I did like four in like 40 minutes. Like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's tough, bro. I'm trying to do
Yeah.
that.
I'm trying to get like I'm trying to get like six in like 30 minutes because then 21 I'm trying to do 21 in like a few hours at most. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to spend my whole day doing it.
yeah,
That's all.
yeah. It could be different for some people, but I got that from my call with Dakota. He was just telling me, just break it up, just break it up. It's a lot easier. And I found like my bottleneck, like let's say this is my funnel of sending looms, which is scraping leads, making the looms, send it out. The easiest, most fun part for me is scraping the leads. Now I've got a system where I can find it really. I can find a bunch of creators, quality ones, really quick. Like I was
Mm.
at the library for like 40 minutes and I was able to get 22 good leads. Um, but the bottleneck for me is actually making the looms. Like, yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm trying to find a way where I can like I don't know, make it more fun or like get through
Mm,
it a lot more efficiently because that's where I'm like really dragging my feet. And then obviously that bleeds into actually sending them out now.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got a
Ye-
quick tip for you for that one too, because I'm like pretty fast at making looms and sending them out. You just have to like
Mm,
here's what I do. I kind of like to just meditate a little bit before I start sending looms because when I meditate, my mind is clear and I just flow. And I don't really like mess up when I'm talking. I don't even stutter that much really. So like you could meditate before and you just have to flow and be yourself. I also don't like being like way too salesy in the call too. So I get like really personal. I'll make jokes in the looms too. So you can start doing that as well. Just like be you.
yeah, yeah.
mhm,
Like
yeah.
so much.
I like that, bro. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to loosen up as well. I'm like,
Yeah, think about it. There's no rules. Like there, like I know everybody says like do your loom with this template, like do the hook, do blah blah blah. There's no rules to it. There's zero rules. You can do whatever you want. Like you can sit down there and just be like, it's you talk very slowly, super super slowly. Just like, hey Razor, so I just wanted to show you something. It's actually right here on the screen. This is your own community. And then you're just like, it's like you don't have to be like, hey, like you don't have to like, right? There's no rules to it. So, and that's why when I'm like doing the looms, I can get through them really quickly because I figured out there's no rules.
yeah,
Yep.
It's just say it how you feel like saying it
yeah,
and be genuine with everything you're saying and the energy you have at the moment, just be genuine with it. Like don't try to switch up your energy for the video because
mm,
that's draining.
mm,
Yep.
So if you can just like keep what like if you're not feeling it, you can be in the video not feeling it. Just be like, hey, I made you this. Um, you could be making this much. My friend Pierre here, he actually did this with his creator Caprice. He did 80K last month. I know that sounds crazy. Like you don't have to be like, I know it's not like you can just be super relaxed if that's how you're feeling. If you're feeling energetic, then do it energetically, of course. But I learned there's just no rules. You just gotta be confident with the energy that you're in. So if I'm in a very laid back energy, if like right now I might not be feeling enthusiastic about the process, I'm gonna allow that to come out and just like sit there and be like, all right, so let me just show you how much you can make. Like,
yeah,
there's no point in trying to, because that's more draining. Then for the next loom, I'm gonna have to do it again. Then for the next loom, I'm gonna have to do it again, right?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. One thing I notice about the looms is, and I hope they do like fix this, because you know, like on YouTube, you can make a thumbnail, right? So you can get
Oh
the
yeah,
image. I hate the fact on Loom, like there's no thumbnail. So like you know like that first like picture that shows up when you send it. Sometimes
Yep.
it's like some weird picture and it doesn't help you with like getting them to click on it. So what I
Yeah.
like to do is guys, yeah, I haven't heard no one talk about this. So I create my own thumbnail before I start the thing. So like basically what I do is so you know when you start, yeah, this little pro tip. This is what I do. You guys can you can try it if you want. But you know the little circle thing where you are when you start?
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
no,
Enlarge that, make that thing massive, like make it big, yeah.
Mhm.
And then let's say you're talking to a DIY guy, like guy that fixes stuff. What you want to do is if you can find something that relates to their niche, find it and have it right at the beginning of the video. So like let's say I'm talking to a DIY guy, yeah. I'll make the thing enlarged and I'll put it like
in the
not
middle or
but
something.
I'll have it like enlarged right on the side. And then I'll start the video like this, like with a hammer there, like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that he can see like, it's like me, I'm probably like smiling and I got the hammer right there on the camera. So like it relates to him, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, oh, let me let me find out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So if I'm talking to like a guy that's doing podcasting, I'd grab the mic, I'll put the mic right here from the thing, and then I'll start so that you know when it starts, the actual picture, it got me with like the thing that's relevant to them inside of the thing.
yeah,
It's kind of like a
that's
thumbnail
awesome.
type of thing. So
Yeah,
that's what gem, I've been doing that for a little while. I think that helps that. It helps out a lot.
yeah,
That
that
goes
is a
crazy.
gem. That is a big gem.
Yeah,
I feel like like whoever's seeing this is definitely gonna take that and run with it.
bro, I've been
Mm.
doing that, bro. Especially like these self-help coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of books. I got, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Like I'll do that thing
And
and
like hold the
then
book
I'll
out.
put it right there and my face will be right next to the camera like that with the book there. And then obviously when you start it, like you have to explain why you have like the book there. But I
Mhm.
feel like hey Jose, I'm in this niche. I read these books. I got this book here, just want to show you to you. And then you just smoothly transition into the rest of the loom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. That almost makes it an easier transition. Like
Oh, nice, bro.
it
It's
makes it so smooth. Yeah, that's a
smooth,
gem and a half right there.
smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And also, I got a tip for like some of the newer growth operators that are trying to like make loops and send them and get better at it. What I do when I'm like making the loom is before I make it, I kind of like to stalk the creator a little bit. And with one of the creators that I had interested that I just had a call with a few days ago, I watched some of his YouTube videos, right? And I mentioned something within that specific video. So as he was watching my loom, he was like, "Oh, okay, so he actually watches me." And he pointed that call that I did with him recently. And because he said he had like a lot of other people reaching out to him, but they were bots. And I stood out because first I gave him that free value. And then he checked out the loom because I just said, I think I can help you with this. So he checked it out. And then he saw that I actually watch his YouTube. And so he was like, okay, I'm interested. Like he DM'd me like right after he watched the loom. So that's some
Oh,
good.
I noticed that too when I made my looms, like, and I would be on their YouTube channel. I was like, oh, like I don't have the red bar because there's like a red bar that shows up after you watch the YouTube video. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I might have to like redo or not redo because I already sent them out, but like next time, just like go really quickly and watch some videos so like the red bar will show up.
Mhm. And
yeah,
also like look at what they mentioned too. You mentioned that in the loom, and now he's gonna sit there and watch it if you mention something that he talked about in a YouTube video.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I would say a pro tip for everyone, all the beginners. I've done that as well, Jose. I did the same thing. I was sending out looms, and I'll be on like the Facebook channel, and like I'm not even subscribed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not subscribed. I haven't watched a single video, but I'm talking about I'm a huge fan and I've been watching them for like months. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They can tell.
So yeah, guys, when you do this, make sure, okay, pro tip, don't just subscribe, but turn the bell on. Turn, the post, all of that, yeah. Turn it on so that it makes it look like you're super engaged. Every time they post, you get notified. And
Yeah.
then so go on the video section and then watch. So when you do on the laptop, for me, it comes up with the first four. Watch the first four. If you want to watch all of it, it's up to you, but I just skip to the end. And then do that with like the first four of them and then refresh the page. And then when you go back on there to record it, it's gonna look like you've watched all of the videos to the end and you've subscribed. So that's what I do as well. That's a little pro tip because you don't want to be talking about you're their biggest fan and you haven't watched nothing and you're not subscribed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why when I would do them, I just wouldn't say like I'm a fan or anything. I would just say like I think with where like I would just say something like with where you're at, like you would be my ideal partner in on paper,
right.
and it's because of this, this, and this. I wouldn't even say like, oh, I love your car, because like I don't want to show them that I haven't watched anything and then be like, I'm a big fan.
Mm,
Mhm.
So I would just like switch the frame and be like, ideally, with everything that you're doing on paper, you'd be my ideal partner to start something like this, and because of this, this, and this. I
yeah,
think it makes sense. Let me know if this is something like, yeah, and then I just,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, bro. That's right. Trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, there's so many what's it called? nuances to this that
Yeah.
you just
If
pick.
you yeah, if you guys are in CA too, like, and you were in that Brady call, for the people that are watching, like Brady says that there's a point, and it wasn't just Brady, but Dylon says like there's a point where your looms will go from like all right, decent, and they'll just start like getting super, super good, and you'll get super, super fast at them. Like you'll get just way more consistently uh quick with making them and sending them out. And he says it's around like the 40 to 50 mark where you've made like 40 to 50 looms and you're continuing. And for the most part, your looms have kind of been like they've been all right. They haven't been like super crazy good or getting super a lot of engagement, but around like the 50 mark, you'll start rising, and then that line will just skyrocket because you've hit a point where it becomes like you don't have to think about it anymore. And that's when you're actually getting the separation from the rest of the people that are
Yeah,
doing outreach.
Yeah.
Until you hit that point, you're just gonna look like other people. Or you might be like have natural skills like Quentin or Razor where you can like, you can adapt very quickly and improve your process very quickly. That takes help though too. So like Razor, he learned things from other people. Quentin's learning things from other people, so it allows him to actually fast track this process of like skyrocketing their quality of outreach.
yeah.
So
Yeah. And I just want
Y'all
to say,
because I watched your video with Dakota Razor. That helped me like improve my systems when doing looms because back then I hated sending out looms
yeah,
because I didn't have a specific system for it. I thought it was going to take me an hour just to send like 5 looms, but no, it doesn't have to do that. It doesn't have to be like that.
yeah.
But you
Facts.
should definitely watch YouTubers that do growth operating because
yeah.
we for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's facts, bro. And you know what, guys, when I started mine, I was like, yeah, my first couple looms was so trash, bro. I'm telling you, they were so bad. Like not even like forget like me stuttering and like having no structure. Just even like little things like okay, you don't have to have like a huge studio, but like lighting and stuff. Like
Hmm.
the way I was sitting in the camera, it looked like I was sitting in like the dark kind of, and you could kind of see me. Like it looks so bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just kind of make sure that you have good lighting. You sound like clear on like the mic and everything. Just little things like that that can affect it. And also, I wanted to ask you guys, because no one talks about this, so let's see what you guys think. When it comes to the actual title of the actual loom, do you guys pay attention to that, or do you just leave it? You don't really care about it.
I
I
pay
keep it
attention,
simple. Go
keep
ahead,
it.
Quentin. Yeah.
I try to hook them in with the title. I'll think of something creatively, but sometimes the AI bot things, they have really good titles. Sometimes, not
Okay.
all the time. So I'm like, okay. I get my ideas from the AI bots that title it already because some of them are just fire.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's a gem too. If you don't have like the pro version of Loom, get the pro version, then you'll actually be able to like get good ideas for
Mm.
your title. I just
Yep.
keep my titles real simple. I'll just say I made you a community. It can consistently make you like whatever number is
Hmm.
correlating to their following, and that's it. Just I made you a community. It can make you this amount a month consistently. That's the title.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to the title, definitely I treat the title like the hook as well. So I try to hook them in with the title. So I've tested so many different things. Like Jose said, you could get that 1% rule thing and put it in the title, tell them that's how much they could be making per month. Or, you could switch it up. Every creator is different. So you might know that that's not gonna hook this type of creator, but this title will hook them up. So, I just play about with it and yeah, like Jose said, I don't think the it's just the pro version that like writes it for you when it's
Hmm.
actually yeah, that's definitely helped me as well. I didn't want to buy it. I only got the pro version because like I kept on going over 5 minutes and I had to redo it, which was pissing me off so much. So I just thought, you know what? Let me just go over, let me just pay for it so that I can make a long ass loom if I want to, and I don't have to keep on redoing it. But yeah, it definitely helps the pro version.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure. And
Definitely.
do y'all like consistently like to make long moves? Because mine have been like no more than 3 minutes so far. So how do y'all feel about like making the long moves? Because I've been hearing like, oh, you should keep it like 2 minutes or under. But
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just can't do that sometimes. I really can't. Like I gotta everything.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think I would say there's no rules to it. So I would say depending on like it's literally how you feel in that moment. If you think you want to give this creator more information and it'll be beneficial for you and the creator, then make a longer video. But if you
Hmm.
don't, like, don't force it. Like if you're thinking, oh, I gotta keep it under 2 minutes, but the way you speak or the way you show stuff isn't allowing you to get everything you want in those 2 minutes or 3 minutes, then just do it for 4 minutes or however long it takes. Do a 5 minute video if that's what it takes. Because
Yep.
you need to make sure you're getting what you need to be getting to the creator.
Hmm.
And if you structure it properly, you're gonna be able to keep their attention the whole way. So it's more so about the structure, the frame of the video than it is the length of the video. Because if you're take keeping their curiosity like going through every step of the video, like from this to this to this, and you're like engaging them and you have to kind of show curiosity yourself. Like you have to show like the energy yourself. Like I can't make a 5 minute video with my energy and I'm just like, yeah, so I made you this and like, okay. And I can't expect them to watch through 5 minutes of that.
Yep.
If I'm feeling like that, I'm probably gonna make them a minute and a half video just with like zero with like really zero in-depth stuff. Just I made you a community. Um my friend here, he actually is working with the creator as well. He's making around this much a month. I know
Mm.
that sounds crazy. Just let me show you really quickly how that actually works, how that happens. Boom, boom, boom. And so just to let you know, I'm actually only looking for one creator. And if you are interested, then just let me know. You can give me a thumbs up. I stole Razor's sauce. You can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And
Mhm. That's
and then
so I'm
that's
not.
it. And then I'll just send it through.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good one, boy. Yeah, yeah. Um, damn. Okay, so you were asking about the length of the looms and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I won't lie, I know some people have set rules like don't make it more than 2 minutes. For me, I don't have no rule when it comes to looms. I think the longest loom I've ever sent to someone was 9 minutes,
Mhm.
something like that. But that's because on that one, I built out so much stuff in it that I didn't want to
Mhm.
spend all that time building it. This one I was doing like each person had like their own school. So I wanted to take my time to go through everything that I've built inside of it. And that's why it took me 9 minutes to go through it. But now I'd say I'm averaging around four, four
Mhm.
times 3 minutes. So it's
Okay.
definitely so that I have like shortened it over time because on average, around a month ago, it was sitting at around 7 minutes. So yeah, yeah, I'd say don't rush it. Don't rush
Mhm.
it. Just be yourself. If you're gonna speak to the creator and it takes you 10 minutes to fully explain everything, but you've done it in like a real genuine way. Because when I
Yep.
first started and I tried to do it below 2 minutes, you could definitely tell that I was rushing and I was uncomfortable. Cause I was on there and
It's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
I was messing up, bro. I was on there and I'll be like, hey, I just wanted to talk to you about this. I really like da, 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 da. And then I was speeding too fast and it didn't make no sense. Even when I would watch it back, I would be like, I don't really think. But then I was like, oh, it's supposed to be 2 minutes, can't be more than 2 minutes. So let me send it because it has to be like this. But then
Yeah.
when I switched up, start making longer ones, even though it was longer, I was like, my energy is a lot better and I'm explaining everything as well. And that's really who I am. So yeah, that's how I'd answer it for anyone that's asking me about how long it should be. Like
Yep.
Jose said, there's
Yeah.
no rules really.
There's no rules. Yeah. It depends on what you have to explain and how quickly can you do it. Some people can explain something very quickly and it makes sense, and some people their cadence, like the way they speak is they speak slower, so it might take them
Yeah.
2 extra seconds. But if they're explaining five different things, those 2 extra seconds will like add up.
Mm.
So you can't look at someone and be like, oh, they took 3 minutes to explain something that it took me 4 minutes to explain,
Hmm.
and compare yourself. So like try not to compare
Mm.
your videos, your looms to somebody else's, because your your personality actually might fit with somebody when they're watching the video that you made for them more than the other person. But you're trying to make your videos look more like this person.
Yeah.
So, right? Just do what you are feeling the energy to do. And then and it's really like smart to, like how Quentin says, meditate before you make your loom and set the intention that this person is gonna watch the video, they're gonna like the video, and they're gonna want to message you back. So have that expectation, like I'm making this video because I know they're gonna be interested and they're gonna message me back.
Yeah.
So then when you go to make the video, you're acting as if this person's gonna watch this and I want to explain everything to them, and I want to make sure that they have all the right details so that they message me back with clarity
Hmm.
so I don't confuse them, and then you'll be good.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a good one for sure.
Yeah. You know what? I've been brainstorming different ideas. I wanted to speak to you guys about this particular one. So, you know well, this is how I do it. When I send the loom over, I always, like Jose said, I'll tell them, if you're interested, thumbs up and we can jump on a quick call. If you never want to hear from me again and you don't want me to keep on following up with you, thumbs down and I'll leave you alone, bro. That's what I do. And then normally, if they give me a thumbs up, okay, cool, you send the link over, then they can book. What I've been thinking is, because I really do believe in trying to eliminate as much friction as possible. So I've been thinking, what if we send, so like, okay, we got the hook and then we got the indent, which is like a different paragraph, and then we got the loom so that they can actually watch it. What if we actually send the Calendly link underneath that as well, so that it's so seamless. So like if they actually like it, they can
That's
just
what,
watch it. Okay, thumbs up. Okay, cool. I can just book it here. Let me book it. Cool. And then you get a notification type of
Hmm.
thing. Instead of them like, okay, watching it, okay, thumbs up. Okay, DM, hey, I watched the video, I like it. Okay, let's talk type of thing. And then you kind of go back and forth, then you send the thing. Because I
Yeah.
realized like with this
that's a gem, bro. That's a gem.
yeah, yeah. Because I realized with this other guy, he like even though I had to speak for him for like 2 weeks, like he booked the call like when I was sleeping and stuff, and I kind of got the idea like, okay, what if I just like add the link inside of it somewhere and just let them know, just book it with me, if you're on board type
Yeah.
of.
And my question now is like, so you do that, then how do you follow, like what do you follow up with if they seen it, or uh they seen it and there's no response, or they seen it and they said I like it but they never booked in?
Hmm.
Because
Oh,
some people do that. Some people be like, oh, I like it, but they don't book the call.
oh shit. Okay, cool, cool, cool. If the okay, yeah,
Like
if they
that's a good question, huh?
you know what? If they don't book it with me, okay, cool. Then I'm gonna resend it to them. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
But I would say, cause this is just an idea, yeah, and I haven't tested it at all.
Mm,
I would definitely in the Loom video, like explain to them, here's the link if you wanna just book it straight away, and like show them the link is right here, and then you can click on it. But if they
yeah,
still somehow miss it, then just go the normal way of like sending it to them.
yeah. Such a gem though, because that makes everything.
Yeah,
It almost makes it like,
seamless.
yeah, it
Hmm.
makes it like they can't question anything. They can't be like, okay, like it's just like everything's laid out in front of you.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
you're explaining it, then you set it out, you send it over, and
Mm.
then the process just gets so much quicker. And like money loves speed, right? So like that's a gem, bro.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just giving away everything I hear, man. There wasn't really.
Yeah. It's all right though. It's all right. Only the people that really put in the time, right? Only the people that really put in the volume will actually end up winning anyways. So,
Right, right. Yeah, exactly.
like you said, every day there's somebody that's gonna quit. There's somebody that's giving up. So like
Bro.
that makes less competition for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my edge right there, bro. You know, that's what I think about every single day, man.
Yeah.
A bunch of people start it, but then a bunch of people just fall off because like they just can't
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, every day. Every day there's like if not one, 10, 20 people. Like
Yeah.
there's how many people in CA and how many people are active usually, how many people show up to the calls usually.
Hmm.
I know it looks like a lot of people, so like normally you would think like, oh, there's 1,000 people reaching out to creators. Bro, there's probably 100, 200 people max that are actually reaching out to creators consistently every day.
Mm,
Max. Maybe. Like I'm probably being very generous with that number as well. Like consistently every day, people that are reaching out consistently every day, there's probably 100, 150 max out of
mm.
that 1,000 people.
That's
That's
true. I
that's
think like,
So 10% of people at most. And then out of that 10%, maybe 10% of those people are actually like high quality, like
hmm,
people that are making solid videos. So out of that 100, it's maybe 10 to 20 people. And so you're in that 10 to 20 people.
bro. That's what I've been saying, bro. Like when you think about it, yeah, like when people like try and ask me like, or they try and say that it's saturated now, I tell them it's only saturated with script writers and like people that like they're bots. It's saturated with bots, and that's like 95% of your
Yeah.
your
that.
competition. People that can't sit there and like think of their own loom or can't like those are the people that you're going up against. And when you think about it, like Jose said, it's only a small amount of people that are quality. And
Hmm.
like I don't think it's saturated because like I don't think there's a ton of amazing growth operators out there yet. We haven't got to that stage yet. So, if we can just carry on going consistent for now and be in that little percentage of people that are quality, then yeah, you can definitely do it. It's just taking some time, but
It changes my whole, for me, it changes my whole mindset because now it's like,
yeah.
it's like it's like an illusion of a red ocean, but it's really such a blue ocean because it's so vast, it's so big. So it changes my whole mindset of thinking like, oh, like everyone's doing this now. I see the numbers. It went from like 900 to 1,000. Now it's almost at 1.5 thousand. It's going up to 2,000. Like everyone's doing this now.
Yeah.
Growth operator, the free ones at like I don't even know, like 60K or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing is though, out of those 60K, like how many of them are bots that are trying to get people into another course? So like out of that 60K, there's probably a lot of bots. So it's probably not even 60K. It's probably closer to like 40 because 20 of them, 20K of them are probably bots that are
Hmm.
trying to get people into another course. So out of that 40K, how many of them actually have experience? That cuts that not like that cuts it down to like another half. So like another half of them. So now you're at like 20K. Out of that 20K, how many of them are actually serious about doing this every day consistently? That cuts it in half again, right? Only maybe 10K out of that initial 60K are really like they're going in serious, they're learning, they're watching these videos, they're learning from everybody, they're networking. Maybe 10K of them are doing that. Out of that 10K that are doing that, every day some of them are giving up. So every day some of them are quitting. So that 10K is like crumbling every day,
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
right? So
Facts, bro.
you're competing with like maybe 10,000 other people for hundreds of thousands of creators that are in hundreds of different niches. So it's a blue ocean and it's not saturated at all.
No, no.
It's just because we see like a very like hyper focused area that is like super that is succeeding like all like we see like Pierre, Preston, Habas, like we're like, oh, like these people did it. And then we're seeing the school community with people that are consistent, that are doing the work. We only see them, so we think everyone's like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Bro, it's true.
Yeah, it's not true, right?
Nah, nah. Bro, I'll tell you,
So
fact.
you're in the 1%. Quentin, you're in the 1%. We're all in the 1% in the
Mm,
very top.
That's, yeah, that's like
You gotta
a
act like it.
bit. Yeah, so true. I appreciate that. And I got like some other tips for staying consistent too. Because even when I'm like, I have a lot of work because I know Razor, you've had like a 12-hour and 24-hour shift doing work, and I
Yeah,
know
yeah, 24 hours.
yeah that can be hard, like staying consistent and doing putting in the work, but
Yeah.
you just gotta show up every day. It doesn't matter if you send out one loom that day. As long as I show up every day and I try to find leads, I find some creators, I make some looms. That's a win as long as you're consistent. And two, it's getting a group because Jose, you put me in like the YouTube growth operating group, and I'm really thankful for that, and I appreciate you because like having a group with people that do the same things that I'm doing because none of my friends are doing growth operating. But now I got you guys and we're in the same group. So it's like I see what y'all do, and I'm like, that motivates me to stay more consistent too, especially with the YouTube videos, because I see y'all uploading every day, and I'm like, dang, I committed myself to 2 videos per week, right? And I'm like, should I do more? Because I really could just upload a video like
Yeah,
every too.
yeah.
But yeah, you got
And I like the thing is like I take a lot of gems from Razor when like whenever he's mentioning stuff like the one that even dwindles down our competition even more because out of like the competition that we're really like facing, how many of them are actually learning from like the experience? Like how many of them are actually like taking the gems and using them properly and going to the next level? So every day that Razor comes out with a new video, like he's literally just making the gap bigger and bigger and bigger. And every day that I post, I'm making the gap bigger and bigger and bigger. And people are gonna continue to look to us to get like advice and help. So then what happens is we're not gonna be looked at as like we're no longer like in competition with them. They can't even reach our level because of all the gap we made with all the content we've made, with all the experience we've gone through, with all the networking we've done, with all the advice we've been like given and also we've given out. So it's like that gap just gets larger and larger and larger,
Mm.
hmm
right? It's like Kobe says, it's like if I wake up 1 hour earlier than everybody else or 2 hours earlier than everybody else, and I just do that every day, that 1 hour turns into 1,000 hours, turns into 10,000 hours, turns into I'm winning five like championships. And you got what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's really, yeah, like you said, like just consistently show up and show up with the intention of making that gap bigger, getting one step ahead,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
right?
That's the biggest part is just showing up. It's okay if you don't do too much, just as long as you showed up that day.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get better, really.
And
Bro.
showing up looks different, right? Showing up can look different.
It looks different for everyone, for sure.
Yeah. Like, I got something I want to say about that. So, Jose, you stole what I was gonna talk about Kobe. Yeah, you mentioned that the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
If he just works out 1 hour more than, it just compounds and it compounds. And I would say one thing that also helps me as well, and Quinton, you'll probably notice this soon if you haven't noticed this already.
Yeah.
Like it keeps you accountable. We were talking about this on a podcast episode. We know that if we were just to disappear now and not post nothing, there's gonna be probably a bunch of people that are gonna like hit us up in the DMs and be like, "Yo, what happened? You were
Yeah.
posting for a whole month and then you know what I'm saying?" So people are gonna keep us accountable, and then probably Jose is gonna start his own community soon. But I have a community with like 600 people in there. They're gonna also gonna be like, "Hold on, what's going on?"
Yeah.
So that really does push me to like, okay, I need to like show up because like there's people that like watch these videos and they actually get something from it and it
Mhm.
helps people as well. So I don't want to be slacking for myself, but then also I got the people that, will be here to be like, you gotta carry on type of thing.
For sure.
Um, yeah,
I
bro.
should videos every day then. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
doing that.
I'm telling you, bro, you feel it. You feel it. And
Because I wake up, yeah, like sorry, Razor, keep going.
now I was about to talk about something else. So
Just okay, just before you go on to the next thing, let me just add on to that before we move to the next topic. So what ends up happening is like I will sit in front of the like my camera, like my phone, and if I have nothing to say, bro, it is embarrassing. Like it embarrasses, like you'll feel embarrassed. Like I'll sit there, like literally yesterday's video was like my video was like a minute and like 50 seconds because I had not like I
Mhm.
was working for the creator that I'm working for right now, and like I was just doing like little stuff that like really wasn't important. And so I was like, I can't even talk about that because I haven't even like I in my videos I mentioned that I'm starting market research, but my creator is real slow because he's on vacation right now. So he's not posting content that I need him to post. And
Mm,
I sent him over a Notion with like the content strategy. I sent him over like post frameworks that he could have. I sent him over posts that I made for him to post. I
mhm,
sent over to him a website that I made. Like I'm sending over all this stuff, and he's just like, no, the website's slow. And I'm like, bro, no, it's not. So I send him a video of like me clicking on the link. It shows
mm,
up right away. Me clicking on this, it shows up right away, and then I send it over to him. And so like I can't really talk about all that stuff all the time and say like, oh, like blah blah blah. So I was just like, I can't. I was embarrassed. I was like, what can I show for? My creator isn't like super involved. I'm doing all this stuff, but I can't talk about it because there's no results of it yet.
yep.
Bro,
Right.
Jose, let me put you on. Let me put you on, yeah.
All
Even
right.
even that stuff right there, that's a gem, bro.
Mm,
Oh,
People
okay.
don't know about that. People, listen, like when people start, yeah, they
Yeah.
think once they get a creator, it's all sunshine and rainbows, bro. It's
Yeah, it's
10K
not.
straight away. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, even like if you watch my video, especially when I got my creator, I was talking about, well, obviously you don't have to air out all their business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was talking about, okay, I've done this and this, but communication's really slow. I really haven't heard from them in a while. I'm kind of in the dark. I'm gonna see if they're gonna get back to me. And then people realize, okay, cool. So even if you do get a creator, okay, you can have like a little bit of friction here. There may like this might happen with the community, with the person that you're working with. It's a lot of gems, bro. Like it doesn't just have to be so technical. Like, okay, today I jumped on 10 market research calls and we did this and this. It could be
Yeah.
like even me with market research. I remember the first 2 days, I couldn't get no one to do market research with me. And I could have took that and been like, oh, today I didn't really do anything. We'll see tomorrow. Nah, I came
yeah,
on there and I was like, okay, we'll start on market research, but I'm struggling to get people on the market research calls. So then what you can do is, bro, you can sit in front of the camera and literally just brainstorm with your audience. So I'd sit there
Mm,
and I'd be like, okay, I'm thinking I haven't created a free lead magnet. So what I should probably do is create a lead magnet. Okay, now go even deeper. What type of lead magnet should I do? Okay, well, I can do something like this and this. Okay, cool. I'm gonna try that. Next day you show up, you say, okay, I tried the lead magnet, we posted it, and these are the results we got. It was negative or it was positive. And then things like that, bro, you'd be surprised, bro. You'd be
yeah.
surprised. You help in so many different ways that you didn't even realize. Because to you, it's kind of like nothing really happened. But
Yeah.
don't forget, someone's just started today, or they started a couple weeks ago, and they have no idea what it's like to have a creator. They don't know that, communication's key. They don't know your creator might go on holiday out of nowhere, like my career. I didn't have like she just went on
Yeah.
holiday. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, cool. Like this stuff can happen. So when you talk about it, it's definitely a gem as well, bro.
Oh,
mhm,
bet. That's my today's video. Then after we hop off, I'm gonna do that.
Oh,
I'm gonna, I'm
yeah.
gonna literally just vent, I guess. Let it let it all out.
Oh, I'm telling you, yeah, you hope so.
Brainstorm.
Yeah, do like
Yeah.
brains. I like doing brainstorming sessions on the camera as well, so that
Yeah.
like thinking out loud and yeah,
Then it helps too for you like to look back on it too, probably. Hey, like when you go to like if
yeah,
you go to watch it back in a week, you're like, oh, I was at that step and
hmm
like I've made it this far now and like
yeah,
boom, like I've done this, and this.
exactly,
So it helps you to like see the progress you've made as well.
mhm,
exactly, exactly.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
yep.
The Oh, by the way, Quinton, if I'm talking too much, like you can just jump in and 'cause I don't want to like, I feel like I'm
Yeah, we
Oh,
cut each other off all the time. Like,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah, bro. You can just jump anytime. But for me, what I was gonna say, it's a little bit off topic, but I'll tell you why it's important. So, when I was 20, I climbed to the top of Mount Kenya, which is the second tallest mountain in Africa. It took us 4 days to do that. And basically, what I learned when I was doing that was you're at the bottom of the mountain right now, and the peak, the summit. is getting that creator, getting 10K per month, whatever the goal is, right? Getting that creator. When you're at the bottom of the mountain, you're thinking, okay, I could probably get to the top of it like in 1 day type of thing. You can't do that. You can't do it. With us, like how it goes is when you're climbing one of these huge mountains in the world, there's bases. Like, so there'll be like one base, two base, three base, then the summit, and then a base on the way back down. And that's how it goes. Like when you start, you have no idea what this is. So you got to get to the first base. And it took like 7 hours of us just hiking straight up. First base for a lot of you guys is going to be just learning it, what it is, and just sending out that first loom, sending out that first DM. Now you've got to the first base. When you look back down, you're looking and you've climbed you've got so much ground now.
Mhm.
Now you're going to the second base, right? Now this is where you're starting to build a little system now. You're starting to find your little groove. You know what I'm saying? You might be a 10-minute loom guy, you might be a 1 minute loom guy, but you're getting your own groove, right? And then now you're sending it out with more consistency. Now you've got to second base. And then for us, the third one was actually the summit. And then, that's when you actually start to get your creator and stuff like that. And even within that, there's so many different things. Like you can't just hike to the top of the mountain in like shorts and a vest. You have to be wearing the right equipment. And
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? This can represent like having a community, like having people that you're talking to, accountability partners. And then also, when you're going up, don't forget you're climbing for 4 days, you got to bring food with you. So you have people that you employ to carry the food and the bags. And this represents your support team. So like Jose and Quinton, people that you can speak to, people that will like give you the food, like people that will like keep you accountable type of thing. Because if you try and go by yourself, you got too much stuff to carry. You can't carry all of
mm,
this luggage and food by yourself to the top of the mountain. You can't. You need someone there to carry it with you and help you. So these are things that I've learned as well, guys. Like you, like, like you need to break it up. It does take stages, and like having a network of people around you to get to that summit where you're trying to get to the top of the mountain is key. It's key,
yeah.
bro. So I hope that's made sense to you guys.
That's a crazy gem because what ends up happening is you're taking things in a step-by-step process. Like when you're hiking, you're hiking and you said it takes 7 hours to get to the first base, right?
Yeah,
But then when you're doing the second part of it, you have that expectation, so it doesn't seem as crazy anymore.
right.
Mhm.
So not only are you like climbing up, but you actually end up becoming familiar with the feeling of it. So your expectations change, and then you feel like you might go longer. You can hike instead of 7 hours, you're like, I can hike 8 now, I can hike 9 hours now, because you're expecting it. So you're like pacing yourself. You know what to look out for.
Yeah,
So not only are you like going up and you're trying to get to the top of it, but when you take that moment to like stop at the first pace, you're actually able to go to the next thing with more clarity and more understanding. So you're like your expectations will completely change. But if you're like pushing yourself and you're like, no, I'm not gonna stop at this first base. I'm gonna try to keep going, like, and then you stop in the middle of the second route.
yeah,
You're in the middle of nowhere, bro. So it's like, yeah, like you really take resting is a part of work, and
Mhm.
that was like another gem that I took when you were like saying that is like there's basis for a reason. You're not
Mhm.
gonna climb it in 1 day, right? You need the rest. You need to like reflect. You need to recharge. You need to be able to look back and see how far you've already gotten. Because sometimes for me, I don't do that. Sometimes for me, it's just like I get into a little bit of a valley because I'm like, oh, I have the creator now, but it's difficult. Like he's being difficult or blah, like whatever it is, and then it's just like I thought I would be further along in the process by now, but it's just the expectation shifting.
exactly.
Well, I got
But
some as well, and it comes with more of like the mindset and how you said you got into like the valley of despair, right? And it's like with my mindset, there's like these certain things that I do to keep me positive, and it's like I've not gotten into like the valley of despair like once yet. And it's just what I like to do is I just like to say affirmations and also like intentionally manifest things because in Creator Accelerator, like Brady and Eddie, they have modules about manifestation. And I just
yeah,
want to put in there because like I've been like learning about manifestation since I was 16 and I'm 20 now. So that's like 4 years of experience, right? And it's like the best thing you can do. It's going to sound crazy. You're literally going to sound crazy, but you literally just have to be delusional. I actually I speak everything into existence and I say like I'm successful. So say if my goal is to make 10K a month, I say it as if I remembered it from the past because your brain really can't tell the difference if you're lying or not. Well, your subconscious mind at least. And that's all manifestation is. It's just rewiring your subconscious mind.
Yeah. You have to have an emotional attachment to it as well. Like
Mhm.
when I and that's why I like said about expectations like changing. If you don't take the time to like reflect even emotionally about like how you're feeling with the process, you're taking away from yourself. Like I found that I was taking away from myself because I was like not really emotionally attaching. Like I know there's like a there's a you need to be emotionally detached from results, but you actually want to do the opposite. You want to be so overly attached to like every part of the process that you're taking everything in emotionally and not just like rejecting it, but processing every emotion that you feel by like, okay, why did that trigger this emotion? Why did
Yep.
this trigger that emotion? Why did this, why when this happened or my creator said this or my outreach didn't work out with this? Like, why is it triggering this emotion? And then you process it instead of like rejecting it. You say like, am I feeling low value right now? Why am I telling like why are these thoughts or why am I feeling like defeated? Why am I feeling this feeling of defeat? Whereas it's coming from the fact that I didn't do this. But in the future, if you were if and you have your creator and you're like making 10K a month in the future, right? If you were to look back on that moment where you were feeling defeated, like you would tell yourself, hey bro, just keep going.
Hmm.
Like already know that you're gonna hit 10K at some point. But because in the moment you didn't like fully invest in the emotion of it, like you didn't really you're not gonna be able to like continue through the process with your full self. So for me, it's like I have to be emotionally attached so I can continue every part of the process like fully engaged in it. Because
Hmm.
you I don't want it to feel like a robotic work that I'm doing and I'm just like I need to get to 10K and like I don't actually enjoy everything about it. You have to enjoy and not enjoy by like being happy about it. When I say enjoy, it means like because joy isn't happiness. Joy just means that you're in a consistent positive like frame. And positive doesn't mean happiness. Positive just means that you know that with everything you're doing, even if you feel bad, you know it's still putting you in a better position in for the future. That's what joy is. Joy is the security of your future. Joy isn't like, oh, I'm so happy I'm doing this. Like, because your happiness will go up and down. Like, I might feel sad, but I could still have joy. I could feel angry, but I could still have joy. I
Hmm.
could feel defeated, but I still have joy because I know even in that moment of defeat, I'm progressing towards the future that that is actually mine. That is, God has given to me. So
Hmm.
I'm still enjoying it,
100%. I
but
want to
I'm
add
not
something
like
too.
down bad about it.
Yeah,
Even
man.
if I am down bad about it, I'm still like it's part of the process to be down bad about it. I'm still
Mm.
progressing.
That's always facts for sure. And I had a really similar mindset, but I kind of replaced the word joy with love. I just tell myself I love what I do, and I really do. I genuinely love doing this. And even if you're like, say, like you love your relative, like your mom or something, you could be like happy, sad, mad, angry with her, but nonetheless, you still love your mom, right?
Yeah.
So, a big tip you just try to love what you do, really. Like I enjoy sending out the looms. I love it. I love doing outreach. I love finding leads. I really love it all. It doesn't matter like what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
That's me keep going.
And love has emotion, right? So like love like when you love it, you have to allow yourself to experience every emotion.
Hmm.
And it doesn't mean act on every emotion, but experience it, like process it. Like if you did looms for a week, you did 100 looms and you have zero responses and you're feeling defeated, like process it, like allow yourself to not kind of dwell in it. It's di Processing it and dwelling in it is different. And I just want to clarify that. So don't dwell in it, but process it in as a detached way as possible. So you're attached to the emotion because you're processing it inside of yourself, but you're detached from dwelling in it. So you're not identifying with it. You're not saying like, I'm defeated. Because you're like speaking that into your life. But if you just say, this made me feel defeated. Okay, why
Mhm.
did it make you feel defeated? Because now you're saying, well, this thing made me feel like this, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I am defeated because feelings aren't necessarily always reality.
Mhm.
So if you're able to like, I feel defeated because of this. Why? Because I didn't get the result I wanted. What was the result you wanted? I wanted to get a creator. I can get on a call. Okay. What results have other people gotten from their 100 looms that they sent out? Did everybody get it in their first 100? No. Okay, so then that just means that you're in a percentage. You're a part of a percentage. You're in the percentage of people that didn't get it in their first 100 looms. Find the percentage of people that got it in their first 200 looms.
Yeah.
Like you're always looking around to see as a reference point where you're at. Then that gives you clarity. The more understanding you have, the more you're gonna be able to process emotions and like just move through it like effortlessly. Like I might feel like I just said earlier, like I might be in the valley a little bit with my creator, but if I look at the general picture, it's really nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So I might feel a little defeated, but I'm looking around and saying, well, at least I'm not like down bad and on my first 10 looms or something. Or at least I'm not down bad and I have no idea how to work with the creator because now I'm like learning how to work with the creator, right? So there's all these reference points around you that give you understanding to allow you to move through every part of the process effortlessly, like literally effortlessly. But if you're not looking for those reference points, it's like when you're going up a mountain, you're hiking, there's reference points, right?
Yeah.
There's like you're gonna go this route, like don't take this route, go up this route, don't go up this route. Why is there reference points? It's to keep you on track,
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look out for reference points and you'll literally do things effortlessly. Like things will become like somebody think about it. Somebody's already done the process that you're doing right now. Somebody's already done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
And
went through all the same emotions.
you know what I was gonna mention? I just want to emphasize on having like I don't know if you guys have read Think and Grow Rich, in that book. I think what does he call it? Like the mastermind or something like that.
Mhm.
And basically just having a group of people that you can talk to. You don't have to be every single day, but just people that like our group chat where like we'll talk
Mhm.
about YouTube and growth operating and just having a group of people where you can share ideas with. And the most important thing is having a one common goal amongst all of
Mhm.
us. We all have one common goal, and even that's to get the creator and to actually blow up with them, while
Yeah.
making videos on YouTube. So we help each other stay on track. And one thing that I did want to mention was, even like a couple of days ago, on the same day, I watched it was when Hardy dropped his video. And I watched his video, yeah. And that gave me such a big boost because I was like, damn, because on that video he was talking about shout out Hardy, he couldn't be on this call. He got a class right now. But in that video, he was talking about he's about to work with someone, and then he got another creator on the hook, and then someone else just replied to him. And I was like, damn, okay, cool. And then the same day I watched Jose's video, and Jose
Mhm.
was talking about he just partnered up with another operator to work with another creator. And I was like, whoa, okay, I really need to I need to do something now because these guys are getting these careers now, and I'm still like, but obviously I'm not looking at like I'm behind or whatever, but it's giving me a boost. It's making me see
Yeah.
that
Sure.
guys that I'm talking to every day, they're starting to get some solid results. They're posting about it. Okay, cool. Let me go harder now. I
Yeah.
need to make a video
It
like this.
gives you a reference point. It gives you the reference point, right? Like a person that doesn't have that, they could be 2 weeks in, they made 50 looms or whatever it may be. But because they don't have a reference point around them, they just don't see any progress,
Yeah.
Hmm.
right? They don't see like, all right, like they basically they're way more likely to give up. They're just like, all right, like didn't work out. I sent out 50, got one response, guy didn't like it. I'm
Yeah.
done. But they don't see they don't see like they don't see that we all went through that. We all went through with like the rejection. We all went through that part of like the process. It's just because we had like because I had you, because I had you, because I had the people around me, like it's it makes it like, all right, you went through that, right? What'd you do? Well, I did this, this, and this. All right. What does that give me? Understanding. So when I feel that emotion, instead of like dwelling in it, I'm just like, oh, like th this obviously is gonna make you feel like this. If you make 50 looms and you get two responses and they're not good, obviously you're not gonna feel good. So then I'm just like, all right, obviously I'm not gonna feel good right now. I accept it and then I progress, I move forward,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Like if for you, Razor, like I have a creator, Hardy got a creator, right? So it's like
Yeah.
that's not gonna make you feel the greatest, right? But you know that when you got a creator and somebody around you didn't, like they probably felt the same way. So what it allows you to do is like understand and then just like obviously that's not gonna make you feel super great because you think we're like steps ahead of you now, but that's not necessarily the case because you're still ahead of us when it comes to our you've already worked with one creator, two creators. Like just because you're still in outreach, you're actually still further along in the process. But obviously situations
Yeah.
where there it looks like a specific way, it's gonna lead to a specific type of emotion. But
Mm,
the understanding of that, like saying obviously that's gonna like make you not feel super great, will allow you to be like, all right, that's just part of it, and then you just continue to keep working.
mm.
Hmm.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? Like you were saying, Jose, you know when you come across those like valleys of despair, when these bad things start happening, especially with creators and stuff, and even outreach,
Hmm.
it's literally just a signal for you to change up what you're doing. So, like, I forgot, man, which one was it? I think they were talking about like I forgot what animal was, but basically, like, there's some animal out there that basically its shell, it grows so much that its shell becomes so uncomfortable for it and it walks around, it can't even walk around. And then it gets to the point where it has to break its shell and then heal a new, bigger one so that it can actually like live comfortable. And like
Mm,
that's how it is when you start going like when you start getting these problems and stuff. It's just a signal that okay, now you need to adapt to the situation. You've outgrown the situation.
mm,
You've
a bit
outgrown
done.
it. You can't be walking around the same baby shell. You're too big, so you gotta break it and then adapt to whatever situation you got now. Like I'm really grateful for the opportunity I had with my first creator. But like after that, now I've seen what a good creator is like and what a bad creator is like. And now I know what to avoid and I know what to go for. Because I've had that situation where I've seen, okay, this ain't too good, but this is all right. And like for you, like once you've gone through this process, you'll be able to, let's say if you were to get a second creator, now
Yeah,
you know, okay, that's a definitely red flag, that's a red flag, that's a red flag, but this is a green flag, this is good, I can work with this person. So yeah, you gotta look at it like that, guys. When these things start happening, it's just a sign that you've outgrown what you've been doing.
yeah,
Even with your looms and stuff, you know, even I've come to a point where I've been sending out the same loom and I've realized, okay, no responses, no opens. Okay, I've outgrown this. I need to change it up. Let me try something else. And then, that's literally just the steps of how it goes, at least for me.
yeah. That's such a key. Like if you can be the person that accepts change faster than other people,
Yeah.
you're actually gonna propel yourself past a certain type of people, a certain type of situation, a certain type of circumstance, right? Like if you can be the type of person that can accept change quickly and and like go into it and even look for change, like even look for positive changes and where can you make a little tiny micro improvement. If you can be that type of person, you're gonna actually end up further faster than a person that is, this is how I got taught how to do it. This person, Razor told me to make my looms like this. I got to make my looms like this. It's just like, no, bro.
Mhm.
You take what you take, but always look to how can you make a micro improvement. Like I might give a piece of advice, Razor might give you a piece of advice, Quentin might give you a piece of advice, but you can take that and make a little micro improvement on something that we're giving you, and that's what'll take you from where you're at to the next thing.
Mm.
Mhm. The
Fact.
biggest for me was when I first joined CA, I was like really strict and rigid on what I wanted to do. But now I'm realizing like, yo, it takes experimentation. You have to experiment if you want to be successful. You can't just follow everyone's advice all the time and not like follow the beat of your own drum, you know?
Yeah.
Experiment. That's a requirement.
Yeah, it is because that's how you separate yourself, right? That's differentiation for your personal brand. When you go to talk to people, they've heard everything 100,000 million times before. Like they've heard all the types of pitches, they've heard all the type of hooks, they've heard every type of, loom structure. They've heard it all, man. They've seen it all. So what can you do to separate yourself? Do something you think might suck. Do something you think might not work.
Hmm.
Because I guarantee you that's what nobody thought about.
Yeah.
For
Fact.
sure.
That's my biggest thing, bro. I love testing. Like that's something that I can say that I like about like this process is the fact
Yep.
that I've tested so many things that I didn't even think of tested at the beginning. But like I said, you get to a point where okay, you're not getting no responses. I have to change something up now. Like even with like that little with that thumbnail idea of like me doing that thing to get the attention. Like, I never thought about that in the beginning. In the beginning, I was sitting there like low key, sitting in the dark, couldn't even really see me. And I'm talking, and like, but as the time went on, I was like, okay, better lighting, better camera, better mic. Okay, let me try and do like something with the thumbnail. How can I do that? Okay, cool. Let me grab this, showing the camera. Let me switch
Mhm.
the structure up. And like, you know what I'm saying? You have to test things because like when you join, even if it's CA, and this is not me like, sending shots or anything, but you can't just
Mhm.
join and then follow that video that's there for everyone to do because because now that basically does make you a bot because you're following what everyone else is doing now. So what's gonna differentiate you from you and everyone else in CA, which is over 1,000 members, if everyone's following that same video? Nothing. You
Yeah.
gotta change something up. So that's what I did. I watched the videos and I see, okay, I like this part, but the rest of it I don't really like. So I'll just take this part and I'll add it to what I'm gonna do and put my little spin on it, type of thing. Cause like the other day, someone reached out to me in my community and they were basically doing what I was doing like a month ago, like word for word, bar for bar, didn't change anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like I appreciate you like like trying it and stuff, but this is word for you haven't changed nothing at all. And he was like, yeah, but like this is what you did to get your creator. But I'm like, but you can't like copy it like that because every creator is different. So like you can't have a script for every creator because like for example, you're gonna get different responses. And
Yeah.
then if you have a set answer for different response, it's not gonna make sense for a lot of people. So I just told him, bro, you like just take certain things that you like about it and put your own spin on it, which is cool. You don't follow me completely. So
Yeah.
that's for everyone that's watching this or watching other people as well. Even when I watch people like Pierre and stuff and Eddie and Brady, I'll take little gems from them, but I won't copy it completely because you got to think about how many people watch Pierre, how many people watch Eddie. If we all follow the same thing, we're all gonna be bots. I'm not doing
Yeah.
that. I'm just gonna take a couple things and then
Yeah.
put my spin on it. So
Yeah.
that's what you guys should do.
Yeah, and that takes a little bit of courage, right? Like the reason somebody copies you word for word, bar for bar is because they literally don't have the courage to show what they like, who they are.
Mm.
So you guys doing this, like you have to have as an entrepreneur, like if you really think I'm gonna be I'm gonna run my own business, I'm gonna make 10K a month. I don't want to work for somebody else. Like, bro, you might need to go get a real job. Like if you're not confident in like putting yourself out there, like if you're not confident in like giving your opinion or giving your like personal spin on something, like I don't want to sound like rude, but like you might not be an entrepreneur. Like you just might need to find a job that you actually like. Instead of trying to, run your own, like be your own business, like that just might not be for you if you're not confident or you don't have the courage, because you don't have to be confident, but you definitely need courage to like go out and be willing to mess up and be willing to look like a fool and look like dumb and look like your friends will make fun of you for it. Like you have to have that type of courage to be an entrepreneur. And if you don't, I'm not saying go out and build it up because that takes a lot of work and like that's a whole process in and of itself. If you don't have that courage and you don't think that that is something that you want to like work on, just go find a job that you actually like, that you actually are like when you wake up in the morning and it fulfills you. And go put all your effort into that because you'll end up making a living out of it. It just won't be like you running your own business and you being your own boss. And that's fine. That just might not be the thing that you're meant to do. Because you have to have courage in making a mistake in front of everybody to be an entrepreneur, because that's what it is.
Yeah, it's all trial and error.
Yeah, and not just trial and error privately, but trial and error in front of like people that you respect. Like
Mhm.
literally, Hormozy like slept in his gym for like a year or something. You don't think his client saw his little bed in the corner? Like, bro, like you have to be willing to look like actual like just an idiot in front of the people that you respect because you have a vision and right now it requires this circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You gotta go through that process, guys. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you, like I said, like you need to, like if you read these autobiographies and stuff and documentaries, you see that the most successful people in the world, they had a crazy start in the beginning. They had a terrible start in the beginning, but they had to go through so much BS to get to where they're at now. And like I like those stories 'cause, like when I'm going through 90 days of outreach, or let's say you're going through 90 days outreach and no one's responded to you at all, you probably feel like, okay, this ain't working, I'm done.
Yeah.
But when you see like these super powerful people that are like at the top right now and you see how they started, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I can definitely get through what I'm going through because it's just part
Yeah.
of the journey. So
Yeah. Like I heard like I've heard Hormozy's story and I'm gonna keep using him as an example because like he literally built up a business to I don't know how many million,
yeah.
lost it all,
Oh
then
yeah.
did it again, then lost it all a second time. So
Oh,
could you imagine first you get really like let's say you become a growth operator, you start making 40, 50 bands a month, right? And then all of it comes crashing down and you're like, "Dang, like I just lost everything," right? You're gonna go through a little bit of a valley. Then let's say you find another creator and you're like, "Oh, okay, I'm back on it. 40, 50K, boom." And then you like something happens and you lose all of that a second time. As an entrepreneur, you literally have to look at those things and be like, it's just part of the process, bro. I'm still like you can't like you literally just can't uh give up as an entrepreneur, and that's where the courage comes in, is the courage to like things around you could be like telling you to stop, telling you to quit. Like you don't think Hormozy's like friends and family around him like after the second time he lost everything were like, yeah, you know what, bro? Like maybe you just get like a 9 to 5. Like it's yeah, like maybe it's good. Like maybe you should just kind of take a break. Like he could have did that, but now we wouldn't know who Hormozy is. We wouldn't know who he is at all.
mm,
That's so
So
true.
yeah. No. Even I spoke about this in the other video, but I'm probably everyone that's watching this is doing growth operating. But like, Pierre took him 8 months to get to his first 10K. First community didn't work out. Sorry, first one he got pushed out of it, I think.
yeah,
And then it did really well.
Mhm.
Second one, it completely flopped. Now, a lot of you guys after the first one probably would have stopped. And then after the second one, after putting in all that work, it completely flopped, would have stopped. The third one, He got his career, won the school games. Now we all
Yep.
know. You know what I'm saying? Even me, bro. Like I low key feel like I'm on that part because I got pushed out my own. I got pushed out my own thing as well, which is
Hmm.
which is crazy to think about. And
Yeah.
yeah, so like, like Jose knows I always talk about it's like a year from now when I speak about this, like that's how I think about things, guys. I always think 1 year from now when I look back, am I gonna regret what I'm doing? Or am I gonna say, okay, cool, you managed to get that first career, it didn't work out, got pushed out of it, whatever, but it's part of the process. It's gonna make the story even
Yep.
more interesting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, guys, you gotta think about it like that. Like you're gonna go through some BS in the beginning. I don't know anyone that's just started and then it was all smooth sail. There was no problem at all. They just got to the destination. Everything was cool. It was all green lights. Didn't have to stop. No, no. Every person I know that's done something big, like something terrible happened in the beginning. They had so many things at the beginning. So that's just how it is, guys.
Yeah.
And I want to give some tips on how to like stay consistent and like keep on going because say you send out, let's say you mess around and send like 400 looms out and you still get no responses.
Right.
There's like you made so much, you've had so much experience in learning from those 400 looms that you're probably one of like the best loom makers out there right now because you sent on like 400. You have to pay attention to how much experience you have and the things you've learned too. You need to look at the positive because everything really just is perspective. It's just with successful entrepreneurs, they look at the positive and they keep on going. If you don't want to be an entrepreneur or you can't be one, those kind of people, they look at the negative and they stop. So
Yeah.
just really just stay positive. You have to look at what you've learned because
Yeah.
each thing you do is a step in the right direction.
Yeah. What you look for is what you'll find.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're knocking on a type of door and the door says behind this is negativity and depression and you're knocking on that door, bro, like you can't expect to open that door up and it be like rainbows and sunshine. So it's like what you look for is what you'll find.
Mm.
So if you're looking for, oh, I messed up here, I did this, yeah, that's a huge jump. That might be a good place to end it off, honestly. Like that's probably like the whole encompassing of what we just talked about is just
Hmm.
what you look for is what you'll find.
Mm.
Yep. Oh, there's also one other thing I want to do before we end the call is like I want to go over like our what you guys think what our most major gems were, just to reiterate those, so like they can really get the point.
Mm,
Because one for me is finding a group of people, having that like positive feedback loop where we keep each other accountable. Because in this group, now it's like I gotta post on YouTube, like I gotta
yeah,
because y'all are doing it too. So
Right.
that's
yeah.
a big one. I think that's the yeah, your network is your net worth. So that's the first gem. Your network, who you allow to be in your vicinity is what your net worth is. It's like that
Mhm.
saying, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
So your network is your net worth. The second one I think, and this is like one of Razor's main points, was be confident in yourself. Like when you're doing your looms, you're outreaching, like there are no rules, just do everything in your most genuine energy, like in your most genuine form.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, okay, the best gem I think I got from this is just realizing that it like not trying to do everything at once straight like at the beginning.
The mountain, yeah, the mountain.
Yeah, because I forgot about that. And yeah, it's hit me again, bro. Like there's gonna be certain like checkpoint bases that you gotta get to before you can get to the top of the mountain. So like right now I'm still on that path to I'm still on that outreach path, and it's
Mm-hmm.
okay because like what Quinton said, like I like what he just said at the end, where if
Mm-hmm.
you send out 400 looms and you haven't got no response, I know that's tough. I'd be thinking that's crazy too. But you're probably at this pot where as long as you're learning from each loom, I'd say that's the only thing I'd add to what you said, Quentin. If you're sending out 400 looms and the 400th loom is the exact same as the first loom, you're cut.
Hmm.
What you
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
you're finished. What are you
Yeah.
doing? You gotta be like what I was saying about how I've changed my looms over time. Like every like 5, 10 looms, I'm always like kind of reevaluating what's going on with these looms. How can I change this up? So if you send 400 and you're constantly doing that, you're probably one of the top loom makers out there. So yeah, consistency and just learn from what you're doing. And don't worry about getting to the top of the mountain straight away in the beginning. Just be okay with the process
And
because
that connects like all the 3 points. Like
yeah,
to get to those things, to be consistent, to be able to like adapt your looms, you need the network. You need the people telling you like this is what they did, this is what you should do, this is what they liked about your loom, this is what they didn't like. You need the feedback. You need a feedback loop.
mm,
Everything you're doing, you need a feedback loop. If you're in an isolated like environment where it's just you and you're like trying to figure out what you did wrong, like the progress you make compared to somebody that's in a feedback loop with a group of people is crazy. You're gonna be like progressing, and then you're gonna see this person just like boom,
yeah,
because they have that feedback loop and they have support.
exactly.
So
100%.
Yeah, yeah. You know, what I was thinking, Jose, we could probably use this as a podcast episode, bro.
yeah, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so what we normally do, Quentin, is we have like our last remarks. I got one last thing I want to say to end it off.
Yeah. But
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, think about it like this. Like, I use what Quentin said. If you've sent out 400 looms and you've got 400 rejections, think about it like this. Every rejection you get, like, we don't know what the exact amount of outreach we have to do type of thing is. Every rejection you get, you're just getting one step closer to that yes. So every no you get, you're just getting one step closer to that yes. And that's how I look at it. Like, I'm on day 90 right now. I don't know. The day that I get my perfect creator might be day 95, and all I got is 5 more days to go. But I've
Mm.
had to go through that 94 days of just BS and, having to figure out everything in the background.
Mm.
But like that's how you gotta look at it, guys. Whatever day you're on, whatever outreach message you're on, whatever stage you're on,
Like a
you're just
video
getting
game.
one step closer to it. That's all it is. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Like God hasn't told you, okay, you have to send out exactly 236 looms, and then you're on your 237th, that's the one you're gonna get. Like if I told you for sure, 237 looms, that's when you get your creator. Like or like the 236 before that, you'll be smiling. You'll be like, I'm just getting closer to that last
Yeah.
one. That's all I need, that
Yeah.
last one. But
Bro,
we
that's
don't
it.
know what our last one is. So if we can just carry on pushing, like one day we'll be able to say, okay, I got mine on number 298. Or
mhm.
you know what I'm saying? But we don't know what it is right now. So we just got to
Mm.
get to it. So
That's a gem, bro. That
that's
hyped
my
me up
one
too.
right
That
there.
literally motivated me. I feel like
That's the mic drop.
recharged. I'm gonna write that one down.
Mhm.
It's like a video game. Yeah. That's a gem. Like treat it like in a when you're playing a video game, right? Like you're going through all these like different maps, maybe these different journeys, and you're doing different tests, and you're having to take one thing to the next point, and then you have to go back to like get something that you might have missed to actually get to the next part of the game. Like
Mhm.
it's literally entrepreneurship is a video game, and everything you're doing is actually taking you closer and preparing you for the big boss. Like
Mhm.
if you were to rush through it, like and then you get to the final boss, bro, like you're gonna get cooked. Like Razor said, like you're done. Like you because you didn't play the game properly.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's my gem. Play the game properly and enjoy
100%.
it. Because in a video game, when you're playing it, are you like trying to rush through the whole game? Or are you like enjoying the game when you're playing it, like you're having fun with it?
Mhm. Yeah, that's a big one too.
Yeah.
My last gem, you really just you really gotta love what you do. To be honest, that's the biggest thing I can tell you. Learn to love what you do no matter what. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. That's a big gem. You need to stay consistent. I don't care. if you woke up one day and you felt like crap and you only sent out like one loom, that's still consistency. You still showed up that day because everyone's 100% looks different day to day.
Yeah.
So you can't expect the same amount of progress you made yesterday today as well, because it depends on how you're, depends on what happened, what you went through. So just give 100%, even if it's just one loom video sent out or it's just one lead found or whatever. Just stay consistent.
Right.
Facts.
Wow. That was a great call, guys.
Yeah.
That was a great call, man. Yeah, hopefully we can do one whenever everyone's free, we can do another one.
Mhm. We should make this like a weekly thing. I think that would be cool.
That's the podcast, bro. We're trying to do it weekly, so
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's the
we're trying
point.
to do this
Yeah,
every week.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely down, bro. I'm down.
I'm done. I'm done too.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, all
That's
love, man. Take care.
peace.
Peace.